I was trying to figure out how to put into words about habits. And obviously, I wasn't able to get the words that really resonated with me to explain how they see, how my guides really want to give an understanding of habits. I'm really getting guided to do a lot of the posts from the messages that are being dropped down into me. And I think they are inspiring me because there is a lot of power and inspiration in their words rather than just trying to use my own words that I think will resonate. And also, I feel that this is why they're here, is to really utilize my physical being here to draw down messages, whether it's through channeling or through inspired words and messages, to really give you all something that you can relate to, that you can resonate with. And what I've been nudged to do is to bring them in and get them to explain what they want you to understand about habits. So I shall have a few minutes to just channel them in, and I guess they'll leave it up to them and really let them explain and how they want you to really have a better perspective of habits, because we all know habits are patterns that come from somewhere, childhood, someone we saw that you unconsciously wanted to repeat because of whatever it may be. So I shall just take a few minutes and let them come through. There is energy here. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. The reason of the habits to be explained today is because every physical being has some form of habitual pattern. Every form of human has some form of habitual pattern. It is in your nature, and as even the animals have habitual patterns, it is for survival. It is for their instinct to survive, to hunt, to kill in a habitual way. So we say in understanding the habits are formed in your sight, in your smell, in your touch, in all your senses. It is instilled in you as young babes, as young infants, to learn certain things, certain movements, certain words, certain knowledge, but you also pick up habits from your own self, whether it is to protect you, whether it is to give you survival for yourself, to live in perhaps a situation or event that causes you to need protection. Perhaps it is harmful, and we don't say necessarily in a physical way. It could be in an emotional way where you need to form a habit to distract you, to give you solace. But when it is a habit that is formed from there, it is then formed and increased as you become older. And then it is not a habit that is needed, a pattern that is not conducive to your life anymore. So how do you make new habits? How do you recognize habits that are not needed anymore, that is being destructive in your life, not only your life, but for others? It is recognizing those habits. And if there is maybe the recognition that you are not getting because you are doing it unconsciously, you can then sit and question, are you happy with the habit? Is it serving you well? Is it serving others well? Is it conducive and positive in your life to continue with that habit? Patterns and habits can be changed. It is only when you are ready for the change. And in some situations, it can be painful. It can be very tough. It can be hard to begin a habit, and whether that habit is going to the gym, whether it is that habit that you need to begin eating healthier, it starts somewhere. But we say to you, it was formed in an unconscious way. So we say to you, in the unconscious mind, it is very clever. It is so clever that it has protected you in continuing with this habit. But when you ask yourselves, does it serve you still? Does it need to be in the pattern in your life right now? What other pattern can you have in your life that will replace or even serve you and others in a way that is going to be more positive for your life? We love that there are organized habits. We love that you can bring yourself to a conscious, habitual pattern. You humans are very clever at doing that, but you are also clever in doing things that are unduly necessary, that you do not need in your life, and recognizing that you do not need that in your life is the gap. So we say to you, habits are not always needed in your life if it does not serve. We have many a story, many analogies for understanding the habits of what needs to be done, what needs to be led in your life. But we say to you, the analogies and the stories are your own. What is the story or the analogy that you can give to yourself that will give you that recognition of the gap of knowing and recognizing that you have a habit that is not conducive to you, that does not give you the love, the joy, the excitement, the freedom to experience? What is the story that you wish to have that will give you the recognition, the awareness? Habits are a beautiful thing, a succession of events, one after the other, that can be built on to become greater when you continue to do and be something in a positive way. Is it going to the gym regularly, even though you have to get out of bed and know that you might need to go after work when you're exhausted and tired? Or is it the food and eating and having to prepare the food that is not as tasteful as a chocolate or a packet of chips or anything that is not conducive to your new desired palate? But you know that once that habit is formed, things change, patterns change, your look changes, your energy changes, your vibration changes. People are wanting to be with you. You have different tastes for different foods that you never experienced before. This is the freedom. This is the excitement. Create the habits that give you the pleasure, that give you the joy, that gives you the love, that gives you the absolute high and energy, and just recognizing the change. So I hope understanding that habits and patterns can just be something that's so changeable. Might not be easy in the beginning, but it can happen. And just acknowledging what needs to be changed, why you're changing it, and really, is it changing it for yourself first and foremost, that's going to make your life positive, loving, and joyful. I hope you've enjoyed the message today.